Hello everybody and welcome back to the darkest dungeon. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and start off this episode. Wow, look at that! A librarian! And she's already named with V2 in her name? We're gonna be sure to take her. So, starting it off pretty simple. Hope you guys had a good holidays if you guys celebrate it. We started with this team. A bit of a bug happened. I really have no idea why. And then as we went on, it went ahead and sort of just fixed itself. Really don't know why it happened, but it's just kind of how these things go. Modded classes tend to glitch out every now and again, but it's fine. I noticed he didn't have any animations whenever he was doing any of the important stuff. Went pretty good. The monster team we kind of had going, it was going okay. It definitely wasn't fantastic, but you know what? Did good enough for me. Got a ton of experience thanks to our newfound librarian. Our fishy boy got regenerative. I decided to experiment with a bit of a, as full as I could get, transform team, which this is a little bit of a rundown of how that went when they were all transformed. Shuffle Central, basically. It was very hard for them to be in the positions that they wanted to be into. So even though it's fun, I don't think I could recommend a 3 people transforming build. Very, very fun to do because the amount of shuffles, the amount of transform buffs, yeah. But, back to my previous point. Hope you guys had a good holidays, because the first and Christmas, if you guys celebrate that, has passed. Even if you guys don't celebrate it, I still hope you had the festive spirit. I hope things went well for you. They went decent for me. Spent New Year's with one of my buddies, and then we found ourselves fighting a Shambler with a decently high level team. I can't remember exactly why I fought the Shambler. I'm pretty sure I was going for the Ancestor Scroll. It's a Shambler fight. It went about as well as you could expect. Considering it's 8 rounds, he's almost dead, but we're not in the best shape. We're trying out a skin for the Man-at-Arms. I really like it. It's a little buggy, but yeah, it looks nice. Then, later on, pretty sure I was going Thing from the Stars hunting, because I want his trinkets. Oh, watch this. So good. Ooh, satisfying. And look, we got one of his, 3 trinkets. I think I fought him over 7 times in this hamlet. We've gotten a single trinket. They aren't even good trinkets. Well, maybe you can find use for them, but as far as I know, they're not the best trinkets in the whole world. But I just want them, add them to the collection. After all, I am a bit of a collector. And then we got Prismatic Purity, which, always nice. Influx, which is gross. And then we went ahead and fought him with another team because I was just sort of hunting him while also trying to level people. And I notice it averages about 10 to 12 turns to kill this guy. Which, as you can see, ooh, satisfying. He takes himself out. However, this is we didn't get a trinket this time. We've got 50 shards, which is pretty dang good. And then I decided to try and go to the Crimson Court, only to find out we did not have an invitation, so we solved it right there. And now we find ourselves in the Crimson Court. Here's all the characters I brought. She has the Flesh's Heart and the Ancestor's Cloak. And then we have the Dazzling Mirror and the Mask of the Timeless. The Man-at-Arms has the Mirror Shield, which I think is just one of the best things. and Ancestor's Candle, just because I wanted a bit more damage to be pumped out from the Man-at-Arms. And then our Duchess has the Riposte Head and the more damage to Bloodsuckers, because I don't know if you guys knew this, but the Duchess is a Bloodsucker. I know, crazy. Never would have guessed. I think I actually forgot Blood. No, I didn't. One of these times I forgot Blood, and that -5 dodge is because there was a drinking event, and it went poorly because hey, why not? But this is our team. It has 2 ripostes. Our Bounty Hunter has a chance to stun, lowers their debuffs, has a chance to bleed. Right before we go in, we're going to give ourselves an accuracy buff, and...
The Countess arrived, anomalous in aspect, and bent on exacting terrible revenge from beyond the bounds of decency.
The fight with the Countess begins. So, my strategy here is basically just, when she becomes flushed, just stun the crap out of her, basically. Just stun and abuse, more or less. I gave him Finishing Blow, I think it's called. Also, that crit, disgusting. And then Sway with Me, which turned out to be quite the problem, because this team, I found out, was not too good into the whole, RNG movement department. She does hurt herself with Love Letter, but I believe when Love Letter blows, it heals her again. And to make it blow, you need to do direct heals. Pretty sure, not 100%, but I'm pretty sure direct heals are what cause it to blow, and I also think it just has a chance to blow after a certain amount of time. So now she's flushed. However, Bounty Hunter was a bit too quick, and then here comes the momentary exertion, which means she's about to go into her hungry phase. Hungry phase is basically, hey, hope you survive this phase. We're setting up the minus chance. That ability never lands. I looked it up, that it has like an actually 0 chance to hit. But we go for bleed, crit, bleed, nice, and then she's gonna scream, and yeah, of course it's a stun, because it's always a stun. But yeah, the Love Letters, as far as I know, do not blow unless it's a direct heal, which is why I brought the Grove Tender, because majority of her healing is not direct. It's rejuvenation, regen, whatever you want to call it. So we go ahead and set up the guard, because the Grove Tender's really not looking all that good. She's going to go for the Scream. It is not going to land. What something I sort of discovered in this fight, the posting isn't that effective. You know that thing that I constantly say is more or less the most OP thing in the entire game? Yeah, it's not too effective here. Ooh, good crit. That's basically what we need. We just need to hit her as hard as possible. So we're going to go ahead and do the forward. Take a bit of damage, because that's just sort of what they do. Sway with Me, which is annoying. Do we riposte? No. A lot of her moves she does not make you riposte, which is bad. Because my also, that was it's a super weird bug with that skin. Like, it's a beautiful skin. I think it looks really nice for the trap in arms, but the effects are just sort of off. You know, I don't know if that's a problem with the Man-at-Arms skeleton. Like, it's just a really hard or spine, whatever it's called, really hard model to like put shadows behind. But yeah, or maybe it's just this mod developer whose skins are the background just doesn't quite match up. Either way, we go back to the sort of demon-looking one, because I was like, you know, great skin, but it's had this skin for basically the entire time. So hey, may as well do it again. We're not able to stun her when she does momentary overexertion, which is a pain, because when she's flushed, that's when you want. By the way, that's a fantastic proc. Ooh, 30 crit and a heal, but I'm pretty sure that makes not quite. It did not make it explode. I still love that the Duchess has special lines when fighting Crimson Course. Crimson Course? What? Crimson Court enemies. So sorry. Apparently I'm drunk. I think it's really cool that she has special lines. I wish she had a little more, but you know what? The fact that she has special lines to begin with is so special. Yeah, that's basically it. But Riposte, I would argue that Marked maybe isn't so good either. Like, Riposte is still fine, because Riposte is just OP regardless. But it's not as good as I thought it was going to be. I think Marked teams would be horrendous, because she takes, in Hungry form, she takes 3 turns. That mark is going to go away before anyone can hit. Maybe you can use Marked while she's flushed, or in her regular form that I can't remember the name of. But basically, more or less the strategy is just keep putting on that regen. Also, Love Letter's on the Grove Tender's feet. Not sure why that is, but good crit. You know, every crit matters. This fight, basically, from what I, you know, sort of pieced together, it's really an endurance. Like, you really just have to last. That's sort of the hardest part about it. I don't think the fight itself is too bad, but I think if you're not able to keep healing, keep stress healing, really take advantage of when you can hit, this fight becomes a nightmare. Luckily, we have constant regen, so, you know, and we have blocks every now and again, which is great. He's gonna go for the stun, and it lands. So that's what you want to do. When she's flushed, all of her resistances drop to 10. That's what that debuff she has right there is. So when she's flushed like that, you want to stun her there, if possible. Because then she's still flushed, you just get a free turn to wail on her, then she's gonna overexert, and then on her next turn she's gonna go Metamorphosis. So you seriously want to just try and make it work. It just, you know, buy yourself some time to do some damage, which this team is pretty good at doing damage, as you can tell. So we're gonna go ahead and buff up our healing on the Duchess. We're gonna go ahead and garv. I apparently can't speak too well today. We're gonna hit and set up the riposte. Doesn't hit for too much, only for 8, but Countess does have 40% protection. I think someone strong to bring here, say if you don't have the Duchess, would be the Shield Breaker, because Shield Breaker ignores protection. Not, I don't think completely, but ignores a percent of protection, so you would be hitting her harder if you don't have Shield Breaker. I probably should bring the Highwayman. Highwayman, honestly, in my opinion, by the way, that heal, in my opinion, Highwayman is one of the strongest characters in the game. I think it, if I were to give a top 3, it'd be Highwayman, Man-at-Arms, and then probably Vestal, maybe? I'm not sure for number 3, but but definitely top 2 is Man-at-Arms and Highwayman for sure for me. That's if you don't have DLC, you don't have Flagellant, you don't have Musketeer, you don't have Shield Breaker. I think those are the two strongest. But anyways, back to the fight. Turn 11, we've done a good amount of damage. Everyone's sort of stressed out. Not as much as you would think. But because of that regen has been seriously doing a lot for us. But normally if you bring someone who only has direct heals, this fight's going to be a nightmare because it's going to make those love letters explode. It's going to do a lot of damage. It's going to heal her. It's no good. I don't think any of the base classes have regen. So, not modded. This fight's a nightmare if love letter works how I think it does and heals, you know, make it blow. I know it just... Ravenous sucks, by the way. But it, you know, was sort of bound to happen. I don't know for sure if direct heals make love letter blow, but I know love letter guaranteed explodes after 4 turns of being on a character, and it has a chance on it has no chance on turn 1, higher chance on turn 2, higher chance on turn 3, you know. And then turn 4 it guaranteed explodes. So we go for the stun. Do we hit it? Yes. So we have a bunch of time. I probably should have taken the stun chance on the Man-at-Arms, but I was dumb and didn't. So we're gonna buff up everyone, try and get those big juicy crits. $16 damage. Honestly, not bad, considering 40% protection. So that's a lot of damage. So we're going to set up the block because I have a feeling that's going to blow soon. Just go for a bit of damage. Part of my plan... Ooh, 21 damage. That's so much. And then we're just going to set up the riposte. She does only have 10% protection while flushed, but I mean still, that's still a ton of damage. Part of my plan was if Bounty Hunter was fast enough, he could stun and then use finishing blow. Frick, forgot what it's called, but it does more damage against stunned enemies. So I was kind of hoping, you know, stun, bam, big hit, maybe it's a crit, you know, maybe it one-shots her, who knows. But yeah, this fight, 15 turns, she did a number on the entire team, but it's starting to look pretty good. Turn 16, Throes of Ecstasy. She's going to go for the double stun. Going to go for the hit. Only 3 damage because she has 70% protection. I don't think a crit really would have changed that. But here I was sort of wondering if I should have used Finish Him or just his normal attack. Which the normal attack had a higher crit chance, but I don't think it would have made too much of a difference. Maybe it would have. Maybe the crit would have killed. I don't know for sure. But she just healed for 20, so... Great. And then just misses all around. Did 6 damage. Set up our riposte. And our healer is stunned. Woo! So, we go turn 17. I set up a block. Even though she has the riposte up, she's low health. So, we hit her again, 6 damage, which, you know, considering she has so much resistances. And then crit heal for 40. Oh! We were so close. And then she just heals for 40 health. That's insane. Good 11 damage, considering 30% protection. 11 damage is not bad. Tons of stress. Like, stress is seriously starting to get super out of hand. So we're going to go for big damage. We get a crit for 17. She's on 14 health. And a miss.
Injury and despondence set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
I was debating going for a hit I was thinking maybe if the Grove Tender crit, that would have been it, but then the regen would have been ticking. It would have been risky, but it also might have finished the fight. It was a bit of a risky play to do, but I was sort of just a bit too nervous about it because I know what would happen. Say if the Grove Tender missed, and then, oh no, one of my people gets crit, bled, boom, they die, all because I made a risky play. So I decided to just play it safe. Whether that was the right choice or the wrong choice, I don't know. But hey, that's what I did. And we go ahead and give more healing to our Duchess, because she's low health, she needs a bit of healing. Go for the hit. Leaves her with 3, and here she goes into her next form. Turn 20. Finish her off. Can't. You can't hit her from back there. And she's at 23 health. Oh, you have no idea how frustrated that made me. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna buff up her healing received. 17 crit with 2. She is on 4 health. 86% chance to hit. So I transform her because I'm pretty sure the bite had a higher chance to hit. I don't know for sure. But she is taken down. The Duchess is dead. Also, we got some really nice trinkets. So, now, you guys are gonna dislike me for this. Could have kept going. We could have went for a victory lap to go fight the Crocodilian to get some more Crimson Court trinkets. I didn't want to. I wasn't feeling it. Maybe we could have, but I was not feeling it. We got Vigilant, which is pretty good. I don't know what Tongue Tie does, so Addicted is kind of weird. Cove Tactician, meh. More likely to have a good time in town. Cool.
The rusted, moss-covered gates of the courtyard hang open, but the demoniacal pests will spread no further than its blood-soaked boundaries. And so, at last, the end of my beginning.
And with that, the Crimson Court has been defeated, besides the Garden Guardian, which we'll go and kill him at some point. So the last things to do are the Garden Guardian, which I plan to do, and the final 2 Darkest Dungeons. So with that, hope you guys enjoyed watching. I made this one a bit shorter, but I hope it was enjoyable. So, I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Before I end it, though, some of you guys have given, like, really, sweet comments about, like, oh, I really enjoy this series. I'm happy you, happy you did this series. I gotta tell you, getting comments like that, or even getting comments in general, but especially the ones where it's like, oh, I love this series, seriously makes my day. I'm sure every YouTuber under the sun says this at some point, but getting comments from you guys is just, it's a magical feeling. Just knowing this content's enjoyed, because there's times where I'll watch like bigger YouTubers and I'll be like, I could be doing something better, but you guys telling me you enjoy it, especially because I'm still sort of starting out, it means a lot. It really does. So, hey, I hope you guys keep enjoying the series, and maybe one day I'll be one of like those super montage edited to the max, you know. Yeah. Thanks for listening to me rant, and I will see you guys in the next one. Salutations, which means hello.